Let
So,
me ask you
but
this,
yes,
because
that's how I came over.
I love. Let me put it this way. So we're sitting here on September 12th,
Mm,
2025. So we are 24
hmm.
years removed from this event, and
Yes, sir.
for posterity's sake, we just had a huge event on the 10th of September.
Yeah.
Obviously, that the whole world is coming apart because of. Um, and I think that now the things that are happening now kind of really are creating the same feelings that we had after 9/11, right? The anger
Yeah.
and all of that, and we can be very willy nilly when we're angry, and we can make really poor decisions
Poor
when we're
decisions.
angry, right? But with
Yep.
you saw this thing for 9/11. We were all angry about 9/11 that experienced that, and we all wanted to
Yeah.
do something for our country, and we were all patriotic. But you did something about it, and this wasn't a willy nilly did something either, because you were like, I'm going to go into the military. Well, how do I do that? Let's become a firefighter first. Then I need to be an officer, so I don't just go in and enlist and become a grunt and become invaluable or whatever the reasons are. I know the reasons. I'm not going to say them here,
Ah,
but being an officer is obviously a much better place. So you go and get your
it's a high
degree,
level of
which
responsibility, and
absolutely,
it
yeah,
was. I felt I could make better decisions and be able to affect the
sure,
soldiers' lives and
yeah,
also affect the stage of combat, which I was part of,
right.
in a
But
better
this
way.
was a very strategic entrance into the
Yeah.
military where, this was the reason why I don't like what happened on 9/11. And there were
Yep.
a lot of people that just went straight to the recruiting office and just became, an E1. And,
God bless them all that did.
yeah, thank God for them. But that wasn't you. You were much more strategic about this. My question here, I know this is
Because I'm a
long
nerd.
winded. There is a question here. The question is, did the initial feeling that made you want to join the military? How do you not allow that to erode over the time that it took for you to actually become a member of the military? Because it
Oh,
took years between the event and the time that you were an actual officer, right?
yeah, it did. It was just inside me. I don't know how to. It was a calling.
Yeah,
For anybody who's ever experienced having a calling to do something, um, that's it. We see plenty of musicians that have callings to be musicians. People that join the priesthood. People that join, what am I trying to say? The organization that goes out to foreign lands to help people.
yep.
And like Amnesty International, all that kind of stuff. People have callings to do things, right? And that's what I know it was. Um, I'll tell you what's sad now though is the calling's been met, and I'm now becoming a dinosaur within the army, and
Yeah.
there's not much now. It's like, okay, well, there's no more of that for me, so now we're on to something different. But yeah, that calling was very important to me. It was I'd always grow up. My grandfather and his brothers were in on my mom's side were in World War II, and actually my great uncle, he was very famous for he was shot down in Germany, and his whole crew was massacred.
Wow.
And there's books and everything about this. But I think the book was the story of Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am or something like that was the name of the logo on the side of it. It was a Liberty bomber. But yeah, I mean, and anybody who wants to know that story, look up Forey Brennenstuhl. And
I'm
you'll
going to. Yeah, I'm interested now.
Forrest
Yeah.
Brennenstuhl.
I'm just very
But
excited about that level of motivation for you to get through all
it
of that,
was
you
it
know?
was it was a calling. And when I joined the fire service and I went into fire school and I was around other firefighters, it felt like home. And we were there to take care of each other. We were there to help others in their worst possible moment in life. And that it just, I don't know, it spoke to me as something I needed to do. And yeah, after that with the military, it was, I'm helping these soldiers make their mission. I'm helping make sure
Yeah.
they're taken care of, their families are taken care of, and I'm helping. Also, people don't understand this. When we go into a country as the United States Army, it isn't about let's just blow everything up.
Right.
It's about, okay, can we solve this
Yeah.
diplomatically as military, or do I have to force, and how many people can I get to surrender, and so we don't have to kill anybody or harm
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah.
It's not just about that, but I mean, we also do what we have to do. We meet force with force.
Absolutely.
So,
But
yeah,
your path to the military is just like anybody else's. It is hard. It is not an
yeah,
easy thing to just wake up and say I'm going to be in the army and then it happens and it's easy. It's not an easy thing.
no,
It is meant to be hard to weed out the people that shouldn't make it, right? And
yeah,
that's the
sure,
way it is. Being in the fire academy is hard. I've done fire academy stuff with the Navy. I know
yeah,
all of that. That is really hard stuff. Going to school is hard, and
yeah,
so I know when I was in boot camp, man, I would stare out that window at night, and they'd make the windows open. They wouldn't shut them or curtain them or anything, and the fences
right,
were just right there, and it would be so easy for me to just walk out the door in the middle of the night and just jump that fence, and it would have been so easy. And
yep.
I mean, I think they did that shit on purpose just to make us lay
They
in bed
do.
at night and ask ourselves why we're not doing that,
Yep, they
right?
do. I'll tell you, one of the hardest points in my training was I went to SEER school, and I had to do that for aviation. And there was a moment where I'm in my little cell,
Yeah,
and I'm standing and I'm waiting for them to come by and check and make sure I'm still there, and they're gonna smack me around a little bit,
yep.
and all I could think of was it just I don't know, for some reason it hit me. I was like, what am I doing?
Why am I doing this? I ask myself that
I
all
could
the
have went into
time.
music
Yeah,
and been sitting in Nashville. I mean, why am I doing this?
yep.
And uh, and then that passed pretty quickly because it was like, no, I know why I'm doing
It
this.
passed for me every night, man. Every
Yeah,
single night. Why am I doing this? Yeah, there's reasons why, and only you know that within your heart. And
yep,
I love that. Yeah, good stuff. We have John PayCheck here on the show for the first time ever. We're not really talking about music very much, which is what
yeah.
makes it.
Sorry.
No, that's great. That's what makes a great story. That's why we podcast.